So I have this ready to be tacked up, and this is just kind of an idea of how it's going to look. And I like the way it looks so far. The only other difference is, again, that bar is going to be moved up to this section right here, but alright, returning to this project, I actually got sidetracked for a day and a half. We actually lost power. And the funny thing was, we lost power for about 12 hours, and I really needed wood in the house, and I didn't have a really good way to bring the wood in the house. And there was no way for me to temporarily finish this cart because the handle up top was only tacked on. If I threw a couple more beads on that top handle, then I would have been fine. I could have just temporarily bolted the casters on the bottom, but you know, such is life. So I got a little bit more to do here. I had to finish up those welds. I got to finish up the handle. I got to cap the ends if I'm going to do that, which I think I am, and weld the casters on, and we'll see how structurally sound she was. I was playing around with it a little bit. I may need to add another gusset right there, but we'll see. Ticky-tacky. See how she rolls. You guys see that okay? Alright, so you throw your wood in here. When you're ready to go, put your foot on this back bar. Just tilt it. I think that's just fine. Really is pretty stable too, which I was really concerned about in the beginning. Very happy with that. mentioned earlier, I'll take this over, stick it down in the gap like that, and that's how I'm going to fill in that hole to prevent any water from getting down in my pipe and rotting this firewood holder from the inside out, because I do plan to leave it outside some. And more or less, that about concludes the video about this wood cart. Now, it's still in kind of rough form, if you couldn't tell. Like, the end caps, I never ground this down smooth. I never ground down the welds on the handle, but you know what? It functions just fine the way it does. Another thing I would like to mention, it's very well balanced. I could do this with one hand, and I have next to no weight on my hand right now, and I'm probably hauling around 200 pound of wood right now. You know, very functional. Very happy with the way that came out.